Hey guys, like I promised, I'm gonna do another video, heroes versus villains. I was talking last time on Spider-Man 2, and I was sharing how much I love Spider-Man because everyone in the movie is fighting their darker side, from the heroes to the villains, and how we all have a villain inside us and a dark side we have to overcome. So today I'm gonna be talking on Spider-Man 3. This is the original one, the Tobey Maguire, first one that came out. And today I'm going to be talking about Venom. So, beginning of the movie, we find this goo. It comes in an asteroid from another planet. And this goo follows Peter Parker home. And Peter Parker has all this anger he's dealing with in his life. With the man who killed his grandfather, he still wants revenge for, and other things he's not happy with in his life. And through this anger, this ghoul, which is really possessive, takes hold of him, and it infects his costume, his character. It stains his character and vicious. So he becomes more aggressive with other people. He's not himself anymore. If I'd like to say, he's possessed by this ghoul. And it makes him into something else he's not. But he also likes the feeling. He feels powerful, he feels strong. He wants to show MJ, he wants to show that he's strong. He wants to show the world that he's not a pushover. He's tired of being the person pushed over. Now he's proud and he's arrogant. And finally, after he's accidentally hurt MJ, he realizes what he's doing to him and he wants to change. So he goes to a church. This is just classic how I really see the gospel tied into these movies. He goes to a church and he's trying to be free of it. He really struggles to be free of it, and he really is trying to pull it off his skin because he's clinged onto him, but he discovers that the ghoul doesn't like the sound of the bells in the church, so he rings the bell, and at the same time he's pulling it off with all his might, peeling it off his skin. And at the same time, there was this journalist he was working with at the Bugle called Eddie. And Eddie had forged one of Peter Parker's pictures. But he got caught in the end. And Peter Parker really humiliated him. And he lost his job. So he was now angry with Peter Parker. And at the same time, he had also come to the church. And he's saying a prayer to God. And this prayer is for God to kill Peter Parker because he's so angry. And this to show you that sometimes it's not because you're praying that it's the right prayer. So if you pray in the wrong way, you don't get the right result. Because Jesus taught us to pray for our enemies and those who despitefully use us and persecute us. And the anger that was clinging onto Peter Parker is coming off him and is now clinging onto this colleague Eddie of his, and he becomes Venom. And now he has the power to fight with Spider-Man and revenge on Peter Parker for humiliating him. And Peter Parker, in their final fight, he reenacts that he knows the weakness of that goo is the sound, so he uses metal to make that sound and makes a steel cage around the goo and Venom, but he separates the goo from Eddie, and then he throws a bomb inside the cage so that it will consume the goo. But Eddie is not ready to be separated from that anger. He doesn't want to see the goo destroyed. So he jumps back into the cage, into the steel cage Spider-Man has created. But he had already thrown the bomb. As a result, Spider-Man couldn't stop him and he dies along with the ghoul, which is a sad ending for him because Spider-Man was trying to destroy the goo and not destroy him. But he was so too attached to that darkness, which is sad. So we learn from this story the result of not overcoming the dark side of our nature. So we see Spider-Man was able to overcome the dark side, but Eddie wasn't able to. So with this story, I'd love to share something from the gospel, as I always do. I think of the story of two men who walked with Jesus, one who betrayed him and one who denied him. One was Peter and the other was Judas. Peter has stood by Jesus' side and he had promised he's never gonna leave him. But when they came to arrest Jesus and took him, Peter ends up denying Jesus when questioned if he was with Jesus. And he denies him and he denies him. And in the end, he's so broken about it. But Jesus had prayed for him, for his faith not to fail. And in the end, he rejoiced to see Jesus come back to life. And he found forgiveness and restoration. However, Judas, on the other hand, betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver coin. And in the end, he felt so terrible about it, and even took back the money to the people he betrayed Jesus to. But he found no place for repentance. Instead, he hung himself. So with this story, I want to share with you all that it's never too late to make things right. Even when we make the worst mistakes, don't take the easy way out, but seek forgiveness. And more importantly, we have to try and overcome the dark side of our nature before it consumes us completely and we feel too condemned to find repentance. I hope you're blessed, guys. Thank you.